Here we go, though, to 5 red lights for the Australian Grand Prix, or for the Australian Sprint. 5 red lights, and it's going to be lights out, and away we go. Who got the better jump? Was it Nardo or was it Leo Lund? I believe it was actually the RB in P1, and he holds position as we do see Casper, Antonio there nearly going side by side. A bit of ghosting there as Dom in P5 as well. We are going to see Oliver Knott, though, in the slipstream of the Haas, and he's going to go to the inside, and he does go down the inside of the Sauber. He's still there as we go into turn 5. I think there's a little bit of contact there in the rear, but Oliver Knott stays in P6. Side by side there between Blade and Razzle going through turn 5 as Blade gets the position, and I think we did see a few more drivers going side by side there in the back. We do see Rev Rob and Knight there, I think, going side by side into turns 6, 7 and 8. And we now see Deck getting involved as well, as Deck actually gets a bit of a tap there. I believe that was probably due to Knight. And he's going to drop down into P19, retires almost immediately in the sprint. And I believe that is going to be your opening lap chaos, I think, settled, I think. We are going to see an Alpine there of Sab trying to go down the inside there of Ransdell. Very close to contact, but Sab has it still down the inside, still side by side, going into turn 13, 12, sorry, now into turn 13, still side by side with the McLaren on the inside. The Alpine will have the inside for turn 14. Little bit of contact there, but Ransdell just comes out on top. And Sab down to P10, and I think Nice as well got the position on Quartz as well, but I think Quartz is still there on the inside. I don't think this battle for P10 has really given up yet, as Sab stays there, stays where he was, as I think Star actually had a bit of an incident, dropping about 4 positions there, 5 now to Quartz. Will Sleek get his position down the inside? Oh, as the RB there rear ends him as the Williams spins around as well. And I think that will be looked into in the stewards room later on. Franco completely missing his braking zone. A couple of drivers pitting already. Rev Rob and Frozen as Quartz picks up a 3-second time penalty already. Epic OJ there going side by side with the Red Bull of Oliver Knott, I do believe. Very close to contact. And through turn 5, the Red Bull just has to stay in front. And I think Dom might have actually hit the wall. I did hear a bit of contact, but I'm not too sure if it was due to him. Leo Lund there trying to go around the outside of Nardo as well, and Leo Lund will take the sprint lead. Oliver Knott will come out side by side with his teammate. That got very close. He actually decided to cut the track in order to help him, but he's now going to be side by side with the Alpine of Sab. He's going to try and break latest as they make a bit of contact. Sab into the back of Blade, Oliver into the side of the Alpine. It's still side by side here between Blade and Sab, but Sab gets the position into turn 5. Oh, Quartz has gone off there. Welcome to Quartz. Well, somehow his teammate has got by. Will we see Dom make a send up the inside? We will. But I think Quartz might just be able to hold that down the inside, going into the right-hander. He's not fully clear yet, and I think Dom actually had the better exit, and Dom will take that P7 spot. Nardo will surely get him as we go down into turn 1. And I think he's already passed before the corner, and he is. Leo Lund out in P3, so just ahead of Casper, but Casper will have the DRS down the... No, he won't get the DRS down the next straight. Ignore me. Is he going to try to send into turn 8 and into turn 9 and 10? I thought he was going to think about it for a second, but can he get a good exit there? Purple second sector, and he is going down the inside of Knight. Easy clear there for Leo Lund, and then moves over, and Leo Lund up into P2. And now he's in the DRS range of Nardo, and I think striking distance, honestly, could literally be next lap, and we do have a side-by-side action here between the two. Well, it was the Sauber and the Williams and the Red Bull, but it's now going to be the Williams back on the Sauber going into turn 13 through turn 14. Still side by side between the two. Thankfully, no contact, but will this allow Oliver Knott through? We're going to ride on board with the Red Bull. The Williams is now trying to defend off the Aston Martin down the inside. Antonio, he gets through 2 and maybe 3 positions. He couldn't get the 3rd, but he gets 2. He's still going to be side by side with the Red Bull, and we still have the other Williams on the outside. They're 3 wide going into turn 3, and I think Epic OJ has backed out, but it's still going to be side by side with the Aston Martin and the Red Bull down the inside, and there's a bit of contact. Antonio's round, and he's down into P8. Nardo, real last chance here going into turn 13 and 14, but he doesn't go for it. He's not that close to make a move, and it is going to be Leo Lund who will come across the final corner, and he will take pole for the main feature race. Nardo finishes in P2 to start on P2 on the front row there. Dom and Oliver Knott having a battle there as Casper will take P3. Who's going to get P4? And there's a massive collision there, and I think that was Epic OJ who spun around there. I think he tried to go for an ambitious dive bomb on Tonio, but they make contact, and I think Tonio also got involved in that, I think. Actually, Oliver Knott is instead, sorry. Dom will take P4. Antonio will start on the third row. And Frozen has decided to retire, so he's going to drop even further. Sab will start P6 with Callum in P7. Oliver Knott P8. Ransdell P9. Followed by Blade, Epic OJ, Franco, Rev Rob, Sleek, Star, Knight, Frozen, and Quartz. But I think Quartz might get P17 from Frozen, which he does. 5 red lights for the Australian Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go. And I think the RB did get a pretty good start there, but he's not going to go down the inside of Leo Lund. Oh my god, that's even weird to see 16 drivers still driving. I think everyone has pretty much remained in the same positions. I don't really think there's been any major changes, but Sleek is going to try to go down around the outside of Rev Rob. I think he gets a bit tangled there with Knight as well. Blade and Epic OJ there going side by side into turn 5 as well. As always a massive crash there, and Blade into the wall with a bit of contact there with Epic OJ. Epic OJ is still side by side with Rev Rob. Has Epic OJ got any damage? I know obviously Blade has. Still side by side, and there is a bit of damage there on the left end plates of Epic OJ as Sleek and Knight get past. It's still to remain side by side though, as Epic OJ still down the inside of Knight, going into turn 9 and 10. And somehow, oh, never mind, he is into the wall. Epic OJ is as well. Antonio as well gets past Dom as well. Oliver Knott making a move on the Haas. Dom and Tonio's, no, Dom's been spun around, sorry, from a little bit of battle with Tonio. I think Tonio actually got spun as well. And, yeah, opening lap, I think there's been more chaos than the sprint. So Leo Lund looking to do what he did last time. Sab and Casper there. No, sorry, Oliver not there, going side by side. Can Oliver get that round the outside? He gets on the curb. Somehow, the Alpine stays in front. Oliver not stays in P5. Sleek and Tonio having a bit of a battle there as Sleek gets in front. Tonio is still going to try and fight this round the outside, going into turn 5. And there's another collision. Sleek in the wall, and Tonio in P10 also gets passed by his teammates. Oliver not trying to make a move or find a way past Casper, but no moves in the moment. Is that a car round? It was, and that is Knight into the gravel trap, and I thought I did see an Aston Martin fly off there. Oh, Sab I think has had a moment there as he's dropped to Casper and maybe to Dom as well. Dom's going to try it. We're right on board with the Sauber, and he's already passed down the inside. As we ride on board with him, he's going to try and get both of them. He switches to the inside, but the Alpines get very close. They're doing some very good blocking there. Leo Lund gets past on one. Can he get past the inside on into the other one? He switches to the inside, but can't get it into turn 13, sorry. I think Leo Lund will probably just try and say, no, he doesn't. He goes for a send up the inside into turn 4. What a send there from Leo up to P2. We're right on board now with Dom as he's closing in. Can he try and make a move on Ransdell, sorry? Is he going to try and send one down the inside going into turn 9? Yes, he is. Still side by side as we go through the corner into turn 10. Still wheel to wheel. Can we see Sab try and make a last minute dive? He's down the inside of the Sauber. Can he get down the inside of the McLaren? I don't think they are, but he's going to go for it late down the inside. The Sauber holds on side by side between Sab and Ransdell. As Rev Rob goes wide, Callum is up into P7. Still wheel to wheel between Sab and Callum. The top two have obviously crossed the line. Ransdell makes it back down the inside of the Haas going into turn 13 and into 14. The Haas is going to have the inside, and he just manages to get the move. Will there be any last minute moves though? As we will see Dom take P4, Sab P5, and Callum drops down to P8, I believe, due to penalties, and Ransdell takes P6 with Rev Rob P7, Sleek P9, Blade P10, Quartz P11, and Star P12. Look at that for a photo. And also, I'm not mentioning Leo Lund winning the race and Nardo coming P2 with Casper in P3, with the non-finishers of Oliver Knott, Knight, Tonio, and then Epic OJ.